Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Precious Metal Summit here in Zurich, and with me now here is Alexco Resources and Clyntan Nauman, who is the CEO of the company. Yeah, wants to give us an update, and I should say, as every year already now.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me back.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for taking the time, and that's exactly 1 year ago that we met. So 2019 was, of course, again, very busy for you guys. So maybe let's start with your drilling and what's going on. Production decision, you said something, you're moving towards that, so please give an insight.
Yeah, so we've come a long ways in 2019. We're moving steadily down the track towards making a production decision here. And in 2019, we also did a significant amount of surface exploration, which was very successful. As well as moving along with our capital projects in anticipation of this production decision. So, yeah, it's been a busy year for the company, and in fact, it just seems like it's a month ago since we were talking, so it went by very fast.
That's right, absolutely. Can you give us a bit more detail for the exploration? What exactly have you hit? Maybe some grades, some, let's say, infill drilling you maybe did, putting things together, getting a better understanding of that.
Yeah, so let's talk about that for a second. I mean, once we get in production, the great majority of the silver production in this Keno district is going to come from two deposits. The Flame of Moth deposit, which has a total endowment of about 26 million ounces of silver, and the Birmingham deposit, which is a much more recent discovery, which had now, in all categories, has more than 40 million ounces of silver. So it's a very good discovery. And so in 2019, we decided that we would drill some deeper holes under this Birmingham discovery. And sure enough, I mean, we have some pretty impressive intersections that are 200 plus meters below the existing ore deposit, the reserves that are going to be, that are in the mine plan, which really opens up the possibility that 30-40 million ounce deposit may be much larger. So we're not quite sure what we're going to do about it yet. We had intersections of like 8 meters of 1,400 grams per ton silver, which need to be followed up. Exactly. But whether or not it would have any influence on the short-term mine plan is an unknown at this point. Probably not. The mine plan and reserves that are in the current plan are shallower, and I think that under any circumstance that we're likely to mine that material first. And then in addition to that, we've been able to identify Birmingham-like geological landscapes, if you like, or combinations of structural and stratigraphic factors, and being able to identify 3 or 4 other places, in the satellitic to Birmingham that might also contain the same type of mineralization. We'll see.
Okay, good. So what does it need that it comes to a production decision?
Well, I mean, we've been waiting this time for a final amendment to our water license and renewal of our entire water license through 2035. I mean, that's been delayed a couple of times already, but I think that probably by December, within a month of now, we will be more than 90% certain of what the terms and conditions are going to be attached to that amendment. The amendment is very specifically for processing of this Birmingham ore, and because it was found later, it's sort of it's dragging behind the rest of the renewal that we have underway. So, I'm very confident that we'll have that permit in hand probably in the first quarter.
And that's the, let's say, the key part that's missing?
Yeah. So, but the circumstance is that we really don't need that amendment until probably the second quarter of 2020. So there's plenty of room to move ahead. And if we do move ahead, which hopefully we will, we'll make that decision for the end of the year. It's about a 6-month runway to production, 23 million in capital, of which 5
That's not much.
No.
Super.
It's 5 million of which is working capital. So it's not it's a very manageable number. But you also have to take into account for the last couple of years that we have been incrementally working away at the capital that needs to be spent to put the district back in production.
And
so
you have the capital already, or you still have to organize some of that?
We still have to, we have to figure out just exactly, what we need. We have, as of the last quarter, we had 12 million in cash, but and we have a credit facility with Sprott sitting on the side, indicative term sheet. Yeah, so we're not in. We have options, and the smelters and the off-takers are very interested in the product we're producing here. So,
what would be the product? Is it like
it's
concentrate?
It's a lead concentrate primarily. So 80% of your value is in a lead concentrate, maybe more. We also produce a zinc concentrate, but the lead concentrate has more than 15,000 grams per ton silver in it. So it's a highly sought after product in the market today.
Okay, super. And let's call it in silver equivalent ounces. How large would the annual production be in the future?
Yeah,
just a guess.
It's about 4 million ounces a year of silver.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then 8 to 10 million pounds each of lead and zinc. So
nice.
So it's not an insignificant producer for a primary silver producer.
Fantastic.
And we're also one of the few remaining primary silver producers, or will be, primarily because more than 70% of our revenue is going to be driven by silver. So in the market, we're about as close as you can get to a pure silver play. There are other primary silver producers, but the amount of revenue that's contributed from silver is less than the similar amount that you see at Keno Hill.
Okay, fantastic. I remember from the last time that you have also a environmental service division, I would call it.
Yeah.
How's it going there?
Yeah, so that business has done very well. And it'll probably do $30 million in revenue this year.
Whoa, nice.
And just so we're able to maintain gross margins of 20 to 30% in that business. So it has grown rapidly. And we have, half a dozen offices now spread around Canada and the United States, focusing pretty much in North America. And also, rather than the consulting ad hoc type of work that the company has done in the past, we've gotten more, more into project type work, big projects where we are building and operating plants and doing turnkey type project work for third parties.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's assume production decision is made, everything works out, you have the money in the hand.
Right.
How fast will you be in production?
First, it'll be second quarter of 2020. So
wow,
it's
that's really fast.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the we've already done more than a kilometer of access development for these new ore deposits. So. So it's a short run to production.
Fantastic. Well, Clyntan, all the best for that. We want to see you next year, definitely in production when we do the next interview.
Thank you very much.
Super. Thank you very much.
Look forward to that. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Clyntan Nauman, the CEO of Alexco Resources, and you heard it. It looks like this is the next silver producer here, and together with lead and zinc, and probably within the next 6 to 9 months, the company could be in production already, assuming everything goes the fine way. And let's keep fingers crossed for that. I would call it now water permit, that the things are going well. And I would say check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye bye from Zurich.